Good day, great minds. It's nice really having you in my class today. Today, we are still dealing with woodwork hand tools. In my previous lesson, we dealt with marking out tools. Today, I'm going to be showing you what cutting tools are and what they are used for. My name is Benaya. Do pay rapt attention. What is the objective of this lesson actually? The objective of this lesson is one, I'll show you or you are going to know about rip saw and what it is used for. You know about cross-cut saw, panel saw, tenon saw, and keyhole saw, and much more. The keywords I want you to remember are rip, cross-cut, grains, shoulder, and much more. What are saws? Saws are toothed metal tools used for cutting wood, that is timber, to measured sizes. Please take note. Saws are toothed metal tools. What do I mean by toothed? If you look at the one by your left there, you will see where the root something called blade. You can see that it is jagged. It is going up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what I mean by toothed. What are the examples of saws that we are going to use in woodwork? We are going to use a particular saw called rip saw. Why is it given the name rip? Yes, rip is like when you tear something into two. So this saw cuts along the grain of timber. Along what? Along the grain of timber. That's why it is called rip saw. Then we have another one that is called the cross-cut saw. The cross-cut saw, you can see a hand of a man there cutting timber into half. The man is cutting across the grain. When I use the word grain, I mean the natural lines that are found in timber. When you cut across it, or you cut across that line, you are using the cross-cut saw. So we also have another type of saw here, which is called the panel saw. This panel saw is actually referred to as a general purpose saw. It can do the work of both the rip saw and the work of the cross-cut saw. Then we have this other saw that is called the tenon saw. This tenon saw is generally referred to as back saw. Why back saw? If you look at the image here, you will see that there's a darker part on the upper part of the blade. That darker part is a reinforcement on the metal used for this saw. That reinforcement gives it a backup, so they refer to it as a back saw, but it's a tenon saw. And this tenon saw is used to cut things called shoulders. Please, not the human shoulder, not your shoulder. Shapes that look like T, just the way your T square is. The stock and the blade, it forms an angle of 90. That kind of corner is called a shoulder. So this is the particular saw that is used for that purpose. Then we have another one that is referred to as a dovetail saw. Now take note, the dovetail saw is also the family of the back saw. You see that there's a band of another metal on top for reinforcement. So this dovetail saw is used to cut dovetail joints. When I'll start teaching you something about joints, you will understand how a dovetail joint looks like. Now we have another smaller saw there called the coping saw. This coping saw is used to cut small irregular curves, yes, especially arcs. Professionals that I've seen that make use of this coping saw are artists. When they want to cut through fibers or through very thin layers of veneers or plywood, they use this particular saw for that purpose. Then we have this wonderful saw called the bow saw. Bow, yes, it looks like a bow and an arrow, but no arrow here now. Now this saw is used to cut complex irregular curves, yes, circles, shapes that look like S and all that. That's what you use this saw for. Then we have this other one called the fret saw. The thread saw is very tiny with a very thin set of blades. It is used to cut complex shapes on curves, especially when you are working on veneers. I think your basic technology teacher should be able to show you what how a veneer looks like. My students here, they have access to veneer already, so they know how thin it is as a piece of timber. Now look at this very saw. I laugh sometimes when I see this saw. It is called the keyhole saw. Yes, they use it to cut very tiny keyholes. That those holes that your key can pass through. You use this saw to meander those tiny holes. You can see the mouth there is very sharp and tiny, and it's very long. Although the saw is very light. I have it in my workshop here. Very light. So far so good. What have we learned today? If I ask you to identify these 4 different saws, can you identify them? I'll be very happy if you can. I will show up my email address very soon. It is actually basic technology made easy, one word, at gmail.com. Don't worry, my next videos I'll write out my email so that you can email me your answers. I must thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you in my next lesson. But like I always say, before you go, if you need copies of these books, beautiful books that I have, so that you can have notes of whatever I am teaching you, you can download the free copy to these books. Not all the book, like I always say. I think the whole of first term you can have access to them. The link will be placed at the description of this lesson, and then do well to subscribe to my channel. We want to grow this channel so that other teachers and students can have access to this beautiful material. I hope to see you in my next class very soon. Bye for now.